depressed, suicidal, or otherwise extremely downtrodden members of Reddit, what is your go-to quote, phrase, or particular memory in life that keeps you going?
I still have letters to write. Tomorrow will be better, and today you just have to stay alive, and today is a lot better than the day I first started needing to say it. So to me it is true. Just remember, if you kill yourself, your enemies win. It all comes down to staying alive through anger and spite. As corny as it sounds, the best is yet to come is what I keep telling myself. You're only allowed to feel like this for 15 minutes a day. Do what you need to do to be in that dark place in your mind. Cry if you need to, let me hold you during that time, complain, scream, do whatever you need to, but only for 15 minutes. Do not let it consume you or control your life for the rest of the day. Not a phrase or memory, but keeps me going is from Red Dwarf, Dimension Jump. Lister states that in an alternative dimension, there is a version of him doing better, and whatever he did differently, he is happy for him. It helps me to think that if there are alternative dimensions, playing endless possibilities, there is a version of me with the girl, the millions, the family, etc., and a version of me that's homeless, lonely and without teeth. Suddenly, my world perception of me changes and things don't seem so bad. My reality isn't the best or worst, but just middle, which is good. Tits up. Also, don't be bitter. Be better. Everything will be okay in the end. If it's not okay, it's not the end. Every storm runs out of rain. And for when I love the rain and consider it good, when it rains, it pours. Fuck it. I think of the moment that my friends and family would find me or be informed of my death, and I think about how absolutely devastated and crushed they would be. Then I start to mentality name all the good things in my life as fast as I can think of them, and it calms me down quite a bit. A poem actually. Promise me. You will not spend so much time treading water and trying to keep your head above the waves that you forget, truly forget, how much you have always loved to swim. Tyler Not Gregson. I love you, Dad. My daughter. The sky is darkest just before the sun rises. A reminder the best is yet to come. I remind myself every time life gets difficult. I listen to Wildflowers by Tom Petty when I'm stuck in the depression bog. It reminds me that I do deserve happiness, even when I don't feel like I do. You're right, Tom Petty, I do belong somewhere I feel free. 78% of all suicides are middle-aged men. Don't forget, I tell myself. These people want you to die. Being in a depression is like sitting in a little rowboat in a storm. You don't know how it will end, you don't know when it will end, but you try to just get through it without too much damage. If you're going through hell, keep going. Fall 7 times, stand 8. It's possible to commit no mistakes and still lose. That is not weakness. That is life. Captain Picard. The only way out is through. The song Wonderful Life by Smith and Burroughs. Everything is shit, but look at me, still here, standing up straight in the sunshine. It's a wonderful life. Shit but wonderful. I also have been to the funeral of a housemate's dad, who died by suicide. The place was stuffed, lots of people standing even though there were many seats available. This number of people showed up to the funeral of a man who must have felt extremely alone. Quite harrowing. His sibling gave a speech about their childhood and about everything had just seemed to take a turn for the better, and broke down sobbing. I had never met the man, but that experience will last me a lifetime. One foot in front of the other. Lately, it's what I've been telling myself as I'm trying to get through a particularly tough time regarding a strained relationship of mine with someone. This quote reminds me to just keep going, and anything that will be, will be. You've made it through 100% of your hardest times. After 5 suicide attempts, I've questioned this a bit, but I've made it through that much. I've hit rock bottom so many times, so I can sure as hell do it again and again and again. Edit, thank you for the silver. Nobody likes you. Everybody hates you. You're gonna lose. Smile, you fuck. It's Bruce Willis' character in The Last Boy Scout and it never fails to make me laugh, so yeah. When I'm feeling like I can't drag ass out of bed, I think of this and my lips quirk into a smile, sometimes even a chuckle, and somehow, some way, I manage to get my ass up. Dressed. Go to work, the whole nine. If you don't do it, someone else will fuck it up. Not super uplifting, but it works for me. Do the next right thing from Frozen 2. Newly adopted, but it's recently helping me make it to work on rough days. Mom, I ain't raised no bitch. Not implying that anyone feeling these negative feelings is a bitch, but it reminds me I can't let her down like that. Recovering from surgery 2 to 3 months ago, I used a wheelchair to get around, crutches and crawling where the chair couldn't go, like stairs and bedroom. I am walking again, went swimming 2 days ago and revel in the joy of running. Now, every morning I wake and remember the pain and struggles of October/November/deck and bounce from bed with a smile, and that will be my go-to reminder that life and mobility are temporary, and enjoy the moments because it happens. I seen my mom cry a few times. It was heartbreaking. If I die, I'm sure she would have a heart attack. She is too kind, she don't deserve that. I'm doing my best to make her happy, but let's say my greeds aren't very good. It's not that life is short, it's that you're dead for so long. Your dog will be very sad when they don't know where you went. I must not fear. Fear is the mind killer. Fear is the little death that brings total obliteration. I will face my fear. I will permit it to pass over me and through me. And when it has gone past, I will turn the inner eye to see its path. Where the fear has gone, there will be nothing. Only I will remain Lady Jessica in Dune Book 1, written by Frank Herbert. You'll die eventually, why rush it? There is the same thought line of you'll die eventually, why stay but why die, and enter the unknown, when you can be semi-content with this realm. Nothing is ever easy. Zedicus Zul's Aranda. Seems counterproductive, but for me it's a reminder that life isn't easy, isn't meant to be easy, and so I just need to try a little harder. We suffer more often in imagination than in reality. Seneca. I will not die this pathetic. It's not an adventure without something going wrong. Never let them see you bleed. Q's advice to James Bond. I once attempted suicide, won't go into detail, but I woke up in the hospital. Only my dad was in the room when I woke up. I'd never seen him cry before in my life, but I could tell he had been crying over me. He looked me dead in the eyes and said, I get it. I know it's not always the way you want it, and I know it's been hard, but if you could have seen your mother's face when she heard the news, you'd realize how loved you are and how devastated she would be if she lost you. No matter how down, low or shitty I feel, I think about his face and my mum's face when she came back to see me awake and push on. More of a mantra really. Just X more hours and I can officially survive this day. That is why I always look at the clock. I'm not depressed or downtrodden, but I read this often, and it's always given me solace. Go placidly amid the noise and haste, and remember what peace there may be in silence. As far as possible without surrender, be on good terms with all persons. Speak your truth quietly and clearly, and listen to others, even the dull and the ignorant, they too have their story. Avoid loud and aggressive persons, they are vexations to the spirit. If you compare yourself with others, you may become vain and bitter, for always there will be greater and lesser persons than yourself. Enjoy your achievements as well as your plans. Keep interested in your own career, however humble, it is a real possession in the changing fortunes of time. Exercise caution in your business affairs, for the world is full of trickery. But let this not blind you to what virtue there is. Many persons strive for high ideals, and everywhere life is full of heroism. Be yourself. Especially, do not feign affection. Neither be cynical about love, for in the face of all aridity and disenchantment it is as perennial as the grass. Take kindly the counsel of the years, gracefully surrendering the things of youth. Nurture strength of spirit to shield you in sudden misfortune. But do not distress yourself with dark imaginings. Many fears are born of fatigue and loneliness. Beyond a wholesome discipline, be gentle with yourself. You are a child of the universe, no less than the trees and the stars. You have a right to be here. And whether or not it is clear to you, no doubt the universe is unfolding as it should. Therefore be at peace with God, whatever you conceive him to be, and whatever your labors and aspirations. In the noisy confusion of life, keep peace with your soul. With all its sham, drudgery, and broken dreams, it is still a beautiful world. Be cheerful. Strive to be happy.